What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check it out, everybody, man. I've been listening to cats all day long, struggling with this Furiosa situation, man. Like scratching their heads, trying to figure this thing out like it's the riddle of the Sphinx or something. Why did this movie flop? Why did this thing do so poorly in the box office this opening weekend, Memorial Day weekend of all weekends, a 4-day weekend, and this thing only brought in $32 million domestically over the 4-day holiday weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's crazy, right? But everybody's like trying to figure this thing out. It should be obvious at this point. Nobody was checking for Furiosa. Nobody was checking for this chick. I mean, granted, you know, people do like Anya Taylor-Joy. There are fans of the Mad Max saga, but this was about what? Furiosa. And there was no Mad Max in this thing. So you know what I was saying? This thing just screams girl boss. Now, I saw the movie. It's not really a girl boss movie. All right. But you wouldn't know that coming into the movie. People are just going to write off anything that looks girl boss right off rip. If it looks like girl boss, acts like girl boss, sounds like girl boss, smells like girl boss, I'm out. That's what a lot of people are saying. So it should be as of no surprise to anybody when a girl boss or something that looks like a girl boss movie comes out in theaters and it just flops out loud, flops on its face, flippity flop, just like the Marvels, just like Madam Web. People are not going to come and watch these movies anymore. And so, yeah, Furiosa's no different. No different at all. Look, and it has nothing to do with the quality of the movie, all right? I just got through saying I saw the movie. It's fine, all right? And it looks like it's doing well on both sides of the Rotten Tomatoes ledger. 90% critics, 90% audience. You know, it's decent word of mouth it should get anyway. People are going to say, oh, yeah, it's good. Go and check it out. I don't think it's a bad movie. But I guarantee you this thing is not going to make any bread. By the end of its run, right now it's at $65 million worldwide. Probably going to end up somewhere around $200 million like Ghostbusters. All right? Just like Ghostbusters. It may do a little bit longer. It just depends on how long they let this thing sit in theaters, you know? But I mean, again, people are just not rocking with anything that remotely looks like a girl boss movie. So if you got a movie called Furiosa and it's a Mad Max movie in the Mad Max world, but there's no Mad Max, yeah, I mean, you might as well forget about it, man. They're going to have to push pause on girl boss movies, and they're going to have to wait for about like 8 years and just let everything get cleared out, all right? Let's let the Hollywood movie-going public just cleanse themselves. We need 8 straight years of nothing but testosterone and masculinity, all right? Toxic masculinity. I don't give a damn, okay? Beat them up, blow them up, shoot them up. We saving the damsel in distress. That's what we doing for the next 8 years. And then, all right, yeah, go ahead. Bring your little bullshit girl boss movies back. Go ahead, bring them back. That's fine. We'll take a couple of them, but they got to be good, all right? None of this like female Ghostbusters or Terminator Dark Fate shit. None of that. All right. Real good movies like Furiosa. Furiosa was fine. I guarantee you in a different timeline, Furiosa's doing okay. All right. But not in this timeline. Not in the timeline when we've been bashed over the head with woke bullshit over the last 5 to 6 to 8 years. Nope. We ain't taking it. All right. In the good timeline where they ain't doing all of that, Furiosa's probably a box office smash success. But in our timeline, nah. You know, yeah, Gary from Nerdrotic said the Hollywood girl boss has done more damage to the female lead than any real misogynist could dream of. Look at this, you guys. Furiosa, the $168 million flop. That's insane. Why are y'all spending $168 million on a Mad Max movie? Even if Mad Max was in it, I don't care. Why are you spending this amount of money on this shit? There's no way in the world that this was going to ever turn a profit. You're talking about a movie that probably needs somewhere in the neighborhood of $450 to $500 million to break even at this point. And there's no way in hell they're going to get that amount. Again, not when you're talking about these cats only did $65 million worldwide in the opening weekend. Like I said, you'll be lucky if this thing gets to $200 million. You're going to be lucky if this thing gets to $200 million. I mean, it's going to have decent word of mouth. Thank goodness. But yeah, to be sitting up here pushing $168 million, these guys are insane. But look, we've been talking about this all year long when it comes to the box office. Not just about the woke stuff and the girl boss chasing people out of the way, all right? But people are tired of prequels. People are tired of sequels. People are tired of remakes and reboots and spinoffs and crossovers. People are tired of franchises right now. Hollywood is not giving us anything new. And if you don't give us anything new, then you know what? This looks very much like a streaming movie. I'll catch it on streaming. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna catch this when it hits streaming. Oh, yeah, it was great, man. Yeah, great job, Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth and George Miller. You did a great job with this. After I saw it on Netflix or some shit, I'm not watching this in the theaters. To get to the theaters, to get people into the theaters, you need to have must-see movies. They have to be critical. They have to be in the cultural zeitgeist. Furiosa was not in the cultural zeitgeist. There is no reason in the world they should have spent this amount of money on this movie. Furiosa is not, or Mad Max really, is really not a franchise like that. You know? So, I mean, this whole thing was just curious as hell. Like, how did y'all get into this? How did y'all manage this number? And then only over the 3 days, it did 25.5 million. And then they added on another 6.5 million on Monday. I mean, that's crazy, man. But again, Hollywood is doing this to themselves. Yeah, this is another reason why nobody's going to the theaters to watch movies like Furiosa, right? We talked about this with The Fall Guy. So The Fall Guy right now is available on VOD. This is a movie that came out 3 weeks ago in theaters, debuted in theaters in May 3rd. All right, we ain't even out of May yet, and it's already available on VOD. This is on Amazon Prime. You can rent the movie for $16.99, or you can buy it for $21.99. This is, again, a movie that's right now in theaters. So, again, why would I go and watch this movie? All right, why would I go and spend money in this movie if I know these joints is going to be out in 3 weeks? 3 weeks? Oh, okay, just give it some time, you know. Furiosa, Fall Guy, all of these little movies, Planet of the Apes, they'll probably be on VOD sometime soon, and then I'll just rent it for $16.99, and then I don't have to go to the theater, right? I don't have to buy popcorn. I don't have to come out my house. I can watch it in my underwear in my bed, you know, chilling with my girl or whatever. I mean, like, why would I take the time to go to the theaters? Is it that much of a difference? Like, hold up. Okay, check it out. This is The Fall Guy at my local theater, May 29. All right, let's check the 7:15 showing. Oh yeah, nah. It's still people going to see it. Unbelievable. All right, but yeah, all right. Let's get a ticket. Let's see how much this is going to be for E2. All right. Yeah, $15.99 for an adult ticket. That's how much I would have to pay out of pocket if I don't have A-list or something. I would have to pay $15.99. Or I could come over to Amazon and I can rent it for $16.99 or buy it for $21.99. And then I can watch it in my house. I don't have to leave my house. I can sit there, like I said, in my underwear in my bed. Oh, let me just watch The Fall Guy. All right. I'm only paying $1 more to rent it. And look, I mean, they came down off the original price. So it looks like people ain't even renting this joint. They got to drop the price to get people to rent it. It's again, these movies feel so inconsequential. And then by doing this, they're making the theaters inconsequential because I can just wait a few weeks, you know, a couple of months at most to see The Fall Guy. All right, yeah, I can do that. I can wait a couple of months. Not like that critical. Because if it was that critical, then I would go into the theaters and watch it. Like it is with Deadpool. Deadpool and Wolverine, that thing is sold out already. You're trying to go in like Thursday night or I think even Friday, you know, when it opens up. It's already sold. People expect that thing to blow up and be huge. So you got to go and get them tickets right away. But Fall Guy, nah, it was plenty of seats available when I went to see it opening weekend. Plenty of seats available. So again, this is the major issue, right? Hollywood is doing this to themselves by doing this type of stuff. All right, by putting videos out on video or movies out on VOD, like in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a couple of months, it just allows people like, all right, I can wait. All right. And then I don't have to pay for parking. You know, when I go, I don't have to use gas in my car. I don't have to do any of that stuff. I can get snacks out the fridge. I could just chill at the house and crib and eat and hang out with my girl or whatever it is that I'm doing. I don't have to leave the crib to go and watch this. It's only going to cost me an extra $1, even if I just wanted to watch it by myself, much less buying multiple tickets. I mean, it's just like they're cooking their own goose. I've been saying this for a while. Yeah, and you got people online pissed off about it, right? This guy, Blu-ray Angel, can you all stop letting good movies flop? I don't see any of you there opening weekend. Talking about Fall Guy and Furiosa. I mean, you're not going to see him there opening weekend, G. Again, movie going right now is expensive, all right? It's expensive to go to the movies. We don't have all the disposable income that we had if you go back to, like, let's say 2019. If you go to 2019, you had 9 movies crack $1 billion at the box office. And people were just going to see whatever. You know, well, yeah, it's a movie out. All right, cool. Let's go and check it out. All kinds of money was being made in theaters. Money hand over fist. All right. 9 movies cracked $1 billion. You ain't going to see that now. Again, because the economy is rough And people got to watch what they spend their money on. They can't just go out and just throw it away on Fall Guy and Furiosa. You know, and even with A-list and all that kind of stuff, it's like, nah, I think I'm going to just hold on to my bread and I'll catch it down the line somewhere. You know, that's what Netflix came out with, you know, and say, hey, we got streaming. There's all kinds of stuff to watch on streaming and I'm paying for it. I'll never get to the end of Netflix. There will always be something to watch on Netflix that I haven't watched, a movie that I haven't watched, or a television program that I haven't seen, some anime or whatever. There's always going to be stuff there. So people are, you know, just basically comfortable staying inside and not going to watch movies. This guy says, Furiosa didn't misfire. It's getting rave reviews from critics and from anyone that bothers to see it this weekend. I'm so sick of a movie being considered a flop if it doesn't make its money back on its opening weekend. It didn't misfire. It's an amazing movie. Go see it. Yeah, but it did misfire. It misfired because nobody went to see it. And they spent $168 million to make it. If they didn't spend $168 million to make it, if they spent somewhere under $100 million and were able to get this thing made, then they'd probably be all right. But $168 million, man, that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money to only get $65 million worldwide opening weekend. It's going to flop, and it's going to flop out loud, all right? And all of this stuff, you can get mad at it all you want to. You can hate it all you want to. But again, the rave reviews are not going to save this film. People are just not checking for it. People are just not that interested in it. Like I said, I think it's a fine movie. And I enjoy Mad Max as a franchise, but how many people are like that? How many people are rocking with Mad Max like that? Mad Max isn't like Marvel. It's not that kind of franchise. It's not some big, huge franchise where you could drop 168 milli. Like, what did the last movie make? Yeah, check this out. Found this on Forbes. At baseline, Mad Max Fury Road is not some extremely massive blockbuster super hit. The film earned $380 million worldwide on a $150 million budget and even more in marketing. Solid, but nothing too insane. Like, I think 150 is too much to be spending on a Mad Max movie. And they didn't do that great. $380 million worldwide, I mean, that's okay. All right? That's okay. They probably didn't make their money back on that. Furiosa, meanwhile, had an even higher budget at $168 million, but it's a big ask for not a sequel, but a prequel follow-up to out-earn its predecessor, particularly for one main reason: it's hard to pitch a Mad Max movie without Mad Max actually in it. Boom. That's number one. That's the major thing. That and the girl boss stuff, all right? That and the girl boss crap. I mean, again, and I'm not saying it's a girl boss movie because it's not, but the taint of girl boss is all over this film. And unfortunately, it just has to live with it. You know, again, in the other timeline, in Earth 2, oh man, Furiosa's great, man. Everybody's flocking to it because they haven't bombarded us with woke bullshit for the last 8 years over there in Earth 2. All right. You know, that movie's doing great over there. But in our timeline, nah, unfortunately, all right, they screwed the pooch. And yeah, so yeah, Furiosa's going to be a giant flop over here. All right. But anyway, guys, I just think, again, it's so obvious as to why this thing is flopping. And everybody that's been paying any attention at all to Hollywood should have seen this coming. Should have been obvious. This thing ain't going to do any good. All right. Give us about 8 years of masculine testosterone pumping male movies to kind of purge the girl boss woke nonsense out of our system, and then maybe we'll come back to it, all right? But other than that, nah, I don't think any of these girl boss movies are going to do well whatsoever. All right, but you guys let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments, give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.